this video, I'm going to show you how I select and modify backgrounds for my slideshow videos and why I make those choices. Hello, I'm Susan Joy Schlief. It's easy to change the slide background in PowerPoint. Just right-click in an open area and select Format Background. Then over on the right in the Format Background panel, we have a number of options. We can fill with a solid color or with a predefined gradient. There are many choices of gradients, and you can also choose to define your own. We can fill the background with a picture or texture. We can choose from a number of different built-in textures. Because the textures are basically a small square that is tiled repeatedly, some of them can look a bit strange. Notice how the outline of each tiled square is visible here, creating a slightly dizzying effect. The tiling is more noticeable on some textures than on others. In general, I try to choose a somewhat neutral, unobtrusive background so it won't detract from the text and images I place on top of it. This wood grain pattern is an example of one that I probably would not select. You can also insert pictures to fill the background. You can search for pictures online. This button takes you right to the Microsoft Office image site, and it automatically displays background type images. You may find that you like some of them, but I think many of the images they bring up here are too busy for video backgrounds. You can also insert pictures that you have saved as files on your computer. I save potential background images when I find them on royalty-free image sites. Again, the guidelines I follow are to find an image that is somewhat neutral and that won't distract from the images and text. If I want to use a more busy background image, there are some tricks I can use to make it work. Sometimes I'll place a text block with a quote layered on top of the background, and I put a semi-transparent white box behind the text. In this example, I also put a thin line border in red just to help the text box stand out a bit from the black and white background. Now let's look at some slide backgrounds from past videos I've created. This one has a very bold solid color with a lighter colored block along the top for contrast. Here's another way to work with busier background images, and that is by placing a completely solid color block layer over part of the background image, and then the text gets overlaid on top of the solid colored area. As you can see, it makes the text very easy to read compared to placing the text right on top of the background. Next, we have a couple of images from a different video where the background is again a solid color fill. You can see how clearly both the text and images show up. Here's an example where I used a free template that was built right into PowerPoint 2013. And I use just the slide layouts that have lots of open spaces for my images and text blocks. I don't bother at all with the layouts that include bullet point text blocks. This next one with the gold background is also a free template built into PowerPoint, and here I've included an example of a slide with a photo filling up the entire slide with no text on screen. This can be a very eye-catching effect. This one with the gray background is also a standard PowerPoint template. On the second slide, I modified the colors for the circle to fit within my color scheme. This simple layout with the light purple background is another built-in PowerPoint template, followed by a demonstration of some problems with black backgrounds. Notice how difficult it is to see the back of the wheelchair. The same is true for these characters on the left. You can barely see their shoes. These two white hands are quite visible, as are both of these images. This simple light-colored animation also stands out nicely on the black, and the bright yellow airplane really shows up. This next example uses a paid template from presentermedia.com. Even though it's far from neutral, there are enough open spaces on which the text can be placed. The next few samples are paid templates from Peter Beattie at Video Revolver. They show the kind of templates you can purchase these days for video scenarios for local businesses, in this case realtors. And these final examples were created by combining elements from a couple different paid templates, first showing the original color scheme, and then a variation I designed for a slightly different video. So that's it for now. I hope you learned something about backgrounds. And if you liked this video, then please like the video and share it. Thanks for watching.